All right, we're down at Green Dragons for their 46th anniversary weekend with Air Sports News, and Andy Shaw's with us. I think that's Christina, isn't it, on the left?
Yes, it is. Hello.
And the gentleman in the middle is?
Neil, hi.
Hi, Neil. So, Andy, tell us what's happening. First of all, Green Dragons, what happens down there? What is this event?
We're an air sports company where we have a club and a school. So we do lots of training with people on hang gliders and paragliders, paramotors, and then they go on to join the club and they carry on flying free as a bird.
And this weekend, it's a special weekend for you?
Yeah, this weekend what we're doing is an open weekend where we're inviting all the locals to have free tandem flights. And one of our top talented pilots, Neil, is with us, and he's offering his services to fly people around. And I think we're going to get up to nearly 60 flights for the local people this weekend, all free. And it's a special thank you to them to say thanks for letting us fly over your houses and around your towns and villages.
Well, I'm definitely missing out. I should be there. So, Neil, tell us exactly where we are in the UK.
So we're just north of Gatwick, just on the edge of Biggin Hill Airport, the famous World War II airstrip. So that's in the southeast, and we're quite restricted with airspace around here, but we've got a 2,500 foot ceiling above us, and just to the south we drop down to 1,500, so a beautiful countryside. Very good.
And what's involved in these tandem flights? Can we have a look at the machine behind you? Tell us a little bit
Yeah,
about
absolutely. So we've actually got a passenger here ready to go, Philip. So Philip's strapped in, ready to go. I would sit in the front as the pilot, and it's basically a flex wing microlight, which is a hang glider wing with an engine below it, 912cc Rotax engine. The wing on this one is particularly small. It's 140 square foot, which is about the size of a hang glider for an 8-stone person, but we've got 2 people in the engine. So it's a touring microlight, so it will range, flies up to about 120 miles an hour, stall speed just over 60. So quite a quick microlight, but pretty good fun. So maybe in a moment we can take off and show you it flying.
Fantastic. Let's see if we can get a quick word with the passenger. Can we get the microphone next to the passenger and see who it is? Get the name. Hi, what's your name?
Philip.
Philip, is this your first time at one of these machines?
Yeah, this is my first time in a microlight ever.
How are you feeling?
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm sure it's going to be great.
All right. Well, we're going to leave you in the capable hands of your pilot and captain there. Let's pan back. Let's catch up a little bit more with Andy and find out a bit more about the history of this Green Dragons Association. Andy, tell us a little bit how it all got going.
Wow. Gosh, have you got 40 years to spare? Because I've got a lot of stories to tell. But I'm ever so proud. I have to say that as a kid, I grew up in air sports. So my dad was an Army parachute jumping instructor for the parachute regiment. And I think that his adventure and love for flying and sharing and helping people flying has gone on to, as hang gliding developed and paramotors and parachutes and everything, I've just been so gifted to be able to share that feeling with people. And we was, strictly speaking, an army club when my dad first started out with it in the 70s, and hence the name sort of Green Dragons, and that's where he's got the name established from. And as I said, it's a real privilege that you can really share a love and see somebody start with their wings clipped, and you're slowly getting them to fly away, and then they come back home to the school every now and then, and they're flying in British teams. So we're really proud. Many instructors we've developed over the years. So as I said, if you've got 40 years to talk, I could tell you a lot more, but hopefully that's a bit short and sharp.
Andy, I know you're involved with this next flight. Can we continue with this? Do we need to move away and give people space, or are we okay to continue talking?
Yeah, definitely. Neil will get rigged up now. I'll carry on talking to you, and we'll just move the equipment out of the way while he's getting ready.
Let's have a look. And Christina, with our microphone.
Yes.
Tell us what your involvement is.
So I'm the customer service manager at Green Dragons. So today I am in charge of all of the admin, getting the all of our tandem guests signed in and ready to fly. And basically, one of the things we're doing this open weekend is we're just giving anyone the chance to pop in and find out of what we do and learn about our courses and what different types of flying is available here. So there's been lots of guests coming in just to have a quick look. We've been having lots of our club members and students training, as well as a couple of the British accuracy pilots. They've been doing some accuracy practice. So they've been coming in just to have a look, and I'm basically explaining about what courses we offer. Setting up now.
Okay, great. And the accuracy pilots, that's the parachuting accuracy, isn't it, that they do practice there?
I didn't quite catch that there. Can you say that again?
Yeah, he just let the engine move out of the way. He's just taking his young guy up for his flight there. Okay, yeah, so Christina, I was just asking about the accuracy training. That's parachuting accuracy, is that right?
Yes, and paragliding, we do. And we also do some paramotor accuracy as well. That's been sort of developing a lot more over the last couple of years and gaining in popularity. So today we've got 2 targets out, and some of our paramotor team members are also going to be practicing knocking over some skittles, as well as navigation tasks a bit later on. So lots happening.
Amazing. And I saw a video on your Facebook page of this quite incredible winch system you have with the pulleys attached to the car and getting the wings in the air. Is Andy around to tell me a little bit more about that?
He is.
Wow, well, that's my baby you're just asked me about. So I've called it a parallel towing system with the 2 pulleys at each end of the field. And we have a line running round it to the Jeep, to the pilot. And as I drive along, maybe I'll show you that in a minute, I drive along, I have the glider literally next to me, out the window, the roof's off, and literally I can speed up, slow down, and I'm teaching someone to fly a hang glider or paraglider, literally so close. I can see crosswinds, I can see if they're freezing, I can see if they're panicking, so I can react very fast when the cable's being pulled and they're flying along.
Are you in radio comms with these pilots at the same time or not?
I've got a big voice. They're in good comms with us. We do a lot of ground training before they go on the cables, so they get used to the voice, left, right, hands up, slower, faster. A lot of people are on headsets as well, but we do try, because they're so close, we want them to be confident that they can fly the glider. Sometimes as soon as you've got radios on people and they're learning at the beginning, it's like they're waiting for instruction.
Right.
So hence,
He's coming in, Andy.
when they fly and they've got good control, we want to make sure.
Here we go. Excellent. What a great opportunity this is for the local people. And what
it's all in the planning.
Yeah, Christina's got quite a logistical nightmare to control everybody and make sure they all get in the air before the rain starts.
Spreadsheets coming out my ears, but it's all good. Under control for now.
Fantastic. So how many people do you think you've got on site right now?
We've probably got about 80 people on site at the moment, and throughout the bank holiday weekend there's probably been 80 people here each day. That's obviously the friends and the families that are all here as well.
And what's been happening in the evening? Have you been having little barbecues and getting together?
Oh, we've had some lovely evenings. I mean, at the end of a day flying, because everyone's buzzing and what they're achieving, we're all sitting there having a few quiet beers, talking about all them stories of the day and the turbulence and the wind and the landings and the takeoffs. And, I think it's such a great social thing to celebrate something. Obviously, we have to stop drinking fairly early in flying, so we can't have too much of a late night. So we have to discipline ourselves.
Yeah, just like skydivers, that's exactly how we behave as well. And I noticed, Andy, on one of your videos, you had some of my parachuting accuracy friends there with their accuracy parachute canopies on the winch doing their practice. I've not seen that before.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's so good. The parallel towing system that I mentioned to you about, basically, you can do 30 flights to 200 foot in a day and 30 landings on a pad. So obviously most of us are experienced pilots flying up a mountain, jumping out of an aeroplane. Yeah. We can fly around and then we can always get to a target. But the skill with accuracy is always the last 50 foot with the control and the nerves and the foot placement. So with the parallel towing, having so many takeoffs, landings in a day, it's really enhancing the skill level of people's decisions and feel for really good landings. And the scores are going to get very tight.
Incredible. Is this a new thing? How long have you been doing this?
2 years. We're the only school that I know of in the world at the moment that's approved and insured. The BHPA, our national governing body, has approved the system. And we've got a guy that's designed the engineering of the pulleys. We have a pressure gauge which talks to us as well. So it's a lovely lady's voice that I like. And she says 10, 10, 20, 20. So when you're actually towing, you're not looking at a gauge. You're always looking at the glider and you're listening to the actual volume, pressure that you're pulling. So it's perfect the way you can control the ascent.
And what kind of price would somebody pay for a day to be there to do that? For an experienced parachuting accuracy pilot, what kind of cost would he have?
Well, the BPA members, we charge £100 a year and £3 a flight.
Wow.
So if they do 10 flights, 30 quid.
That's fantastic. That really, really is. Christina, are you flying? Are you a pilot?
I am. I've recently qualified a paragliding pilot, a club pilot. Yes.
And obviously you qualified there on site.
I did, yeah.
So tell me a little bit, I'm very interested about the difference between learning and qualifying where you are, because it seems obviously it's all going to be flat and all with the pulley systems, as opposed to being on the side of a hill.
So we do both here. We've got quite a few sites where we can hill launch off. So I'm actually qualified hill and tow. So we do a combination of both. Depending on what the weather's doing one day, if it's not suitable for hill launches, we'll train on the winch or the parallel towing. So we've got the option, which is nice.
Are we anywhere near this parallel towing system? Is it close by to get to have a look?
Indeed.
Perfect.
Yes.
This is going so well. Must say thank you as well to John on the camera. He's doing a great job right now with his framing and his movement. Well done, John. There he is. Great job. And I'm very impressed with the...
We've got one of our paramotors coming at the moment.
Right. This is a solo guy, or is this a passenger? Is this a tandem, or...?
Solo on the trike.
Okay. And would he be working for... Is he practicing any particular discipline, or just having a fun flight?
He's having a fun flight at the moment. He's a fairly low airtime pilot, so hopefully you'll see a nice, safe landing. He's just been out and he's done a 30-kilometre navigation task, and he has got a tracker on him. So when he lands, we'll take the tracker off of him, we'll download it onto the computer, and then we'll see exactly if he flew the task and the plan that we had as a mini competition amongst the pilots today.
Incredible. It looks like you're having a fantastic time. Conditions look good. Seems to be no wind.
Well, we've had rain, we've had wind, we've had everything thrown at us, but thank God, Saturday afternoon, all day Sunday, and all day Monday was wonderful for us. So we've had some fantastic flying in from all the multi-disciplines, hang gliding, paragliding, paramotoring, parascending, the parachutes, all on this one field.
That was amazing. Well, we've got a few minutes left. Let's have a quick look at this pulley system, Andy, before we go.
Okay, so here's our pulley system. It's bolted to the floor. You can't move it. And the line here, you can see it's a pulley. And we've engineered these pulleys very professionally. They turn around like so. And the line goes around, so you can see it has no snagging. If you're going to overfly the pulley, the line literally cannot get snagged. Whatever it does, it keeps going around it. And what you'll see is that from looking up here, this end here will go to the pilot. So the pilot will be attached to this one, 100 metres away. And then round the back pulley that you can't see because it's up the other end of the field, it's going around another pulley. So where John is with the camera at the moment, that's where the Jeep is. So as the Jeep drives, Jeep's behind you there. So it's a bit tatty, that one. But as the Jeep drives, the pilot starts to fly. The Jeep slows down, the pilot lands. So we can teach somebody to take off and land, working on their roll and their pitch control of the gliders.
Incredible. Well, it's been an absolutely fascinating chat with you guys. Thank you very much for joining us here on Air Sports News. We're kind of out of time, so we have to go, but thank you very much for John on camera. Thank you very much for Christina on sound, and Andy Shaw. I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, everybody.